What's going on, Turning Point? Wow. You guys are a serious tribute to everything that Charlie stood for. The last time I gave a big speech was actually right here in Phoenix at his memorial, and it was a little bit of a different feeling. But to see this many young, patriotic Americans in a room, record numbers for Turning Point, just shows what's going on. Charlie's courage is why you guys are all here. His willingness to lead, to push people through is incredible. And honestly, I was concerned. I was worried. I was worried that without Charlie, this room would go out like it was 10 years ago when we started this incredible voyage, and it would dissipate. But this is literally double what it was last year, and that was a record. So that is a testament to you, to your patriotism, to your bravery, to your resolve, and to everything that Charlie stood for. So you guys fired up? You guys having some fun? How many students are in the room right now? Raise your hands. I feel good, guys. I feel good about the future. Who's ready to take the next step and start a Turning Point chapter at a college that perhaps isn't there already? Who's doing it at high schools right now? I love this. Guys, we cannot sit this one out, okay? Everything depends on it. The future of our country, our children, Western civilization. It's now on all of you. So, other than God, family, and country, Charlie had some incredible things we needed to talk about in politics. You heard some of that from Speaker Johnson just now. But immigration matters. It's a fight that this administration is taking on. We've realized that if you import the third world, you become the third world. And we're not going to let that happen. Because of radical Democrat policies, millions of people poured into this country that should have never been there. They jacked up the price of rents, the cost of goods, diminished our healthcare system and our education systems. And that's all ending. I heard a little bit of a snippet from Tom Homan, who's probably like typecasting for getting this done. And we are winning. We are taking back our country. Make no mistake, guys, it was intentional, okay? It took my father 2 weeks to shut down the border, to end the insanity. We didn't need new policies. We didn't need new people there. We needed a new president who was willing to follow the law and get things done. We're seeing the consequences of Joe Biden's policies and Democrat policies in general. Terror attacks. A couple of our National Guardsmen were killed a few weeks ago. We're seeing the crime. We're seeing the chaos. And responsibility for that doesn't just fall on Democrats. It falls on so many of the weak Republicans who just capitulated to the DC swamp. And we're going to put an end to that, too. Some of the lauded voices, even in the Republican Party, demanded we bring in tens of thousands of unvetted Afghan refugees. For years, they turned Minnesota into little Somalia. How's that working out for anyone? I'm not sure, guys. I keep hearing diversity is our strength, but I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. My father, J.D. Vance, Charlie fought to stop the nonsense. A country cannot survive when it imports people who don't share their values. We don't owe the world a thing. We owe Americans their American dream, and we intend to fulfill that. It sounds tough, but we deserve it for the future, for the next generation, for all of you who are going to take on the mantle and lead this country to continued greatness. Now, we're getting rid of the nonsense, and it's going to be great. The other big issue that Charlie and I fought so hard for was the Maha movement. Charlie, myself, Susie Wiles, a small cadre of people, were the guys that brokered that deal. So we stop allowing Big Pharma to put profits over actual health, to stop the insanity of jacking up our children with thousands of vaccines they don't need. Profits don't matter more than health. And when you do need actual health, they're fighting to make sure that Americans pay less than Europe. None of this nonsense where you buy a drug for $1,000 and in Europe, American drugs are being sold for pennies on the dollar. That doesn't work, and they ended that with the most favored nation's executive order just a couple of days ago. And the big one of the ones I've been fighting since like 2015. I didn't realize it would even turn into a thing because it was always so insane to me. The transgender issue. There's going to be no more castrating our children for big pharma and medical profit. That bullshit ends now. Federal funding is being cut off for sex change operations for minors. I never understood it. I never understood. I say, wait. So a 3-year-old can decide to permanently mutilate their body, be put on toxic drugs for the rest of their life. But a 25-year-old has no idea what they're doing when they're signing for their student loans. The most elite in America, the academically inclined, somehow don't seem that elite when they need a plumber to pay their student loans. That ends too. And the number one issue, again, outside of God, family, and country for Charlie, something he fought and something he died for, was free speech. Free speech is alive and well in 2025. Charlie rejected the notion of being canceled for what you thought, for having that dialogue. Charlie, on an every day, he opened up one of the largest platforms in the world to those who despised him most. He allowed them to speak. He had that dialogue. They killed him for it. They killed him for it. Not because he was so radical, but because he was so effective. When people were able to hear both sides of an argument, wow, it's amazing what happens. For years, we fought the censorship complex. We fought the mainstream media. People couldn't even get basic truth out there. What binds us together, what matters more than the disagreements, is the ability to have that discourse. The real enemy, it's not Steve Bannon or Tucker Carlson or Ben Shapiro. It's the radical left that murdered Charlie and celebrated it on a daily basis. Free speech is under attack everywhere. In Europe, they're putting people in jail for basic truth. If one of your family members was raped by a roving gang of migrant thugs, and you say they shouldn't even be here, you get thrown in jail. The rapists get an apology and get let off. Think about that.
That's happening right now in the UK. Do not let that happen to America. We are the last stand for common sense, for free speech, for truth, and for decency. Do not squander that. We have to live that freedom every day. America, guys, is not just an idea. Washington loves the saying, you know, the issue is beyond right and left. No, it's not. That's a lie. We are in a real argument about what America is, what it stands for, whether it survives for our children and our grandchildren after them. America's not just an idea. It's a place with borders, with land, with history and battlefields, with patriots and incredible people who want to see that perpetuate itself. They want to live that dream. The belief that it's just an idea and it doesn't matter, that's how you lose a country, and that's been the other side's intention for far too long. There is no backup to America, guys. You are it. You are that last line of defense. Patience, discipline, long-term victory. These days, people want instant results. Remember the day after my father was inaugurated, on January 20th, you saw the left. They ran with their sign, the price of eggs hasn't gone down. I'm sitting there like, wait a minute, like, it's been like 14 hours. Of course, that then happened. Inflation hasn't gone down yet, it's been a week. Well, guys, it's hard to undo 4 years of idiocy. Inflation's under control, but when you have compound interest on double-digit inflation for 4 years, those prices are still too high. We have to work on that, but it doesn't happen overnight. It takes a plan. It takes a process. We're building something that lasts. We have to be in that together through common sense, long-term approach. You guys are Charlie's legacy. You're also the biggest beneficiaries of his movement, of his ideas. You guys are going to be doing this when I'm probably long gone. That matters. Don't squander that opportunity. Keep that wave going. For the kids who haven't even been born yet, for the children that you're going to all have, that hopefully you're mostly too young. I'm looking around, it's pretty young to have that going. It's why I got into this. When Charlie and I met back in 15 and 16, and we're spending all this time together, I had no idea. I was a real estate developer from New York. We built buildings. But when I saw what the other side was willing to do, how they were so glib about just destroying our country, he said, we have to fight. We have to engage. This isn't just a conference, guys. It's a movement. Charlie built this for you, and as I said in my eulogy to Charlie, we are now all Charlie. There's not one person that's going to replace Charlie Kirk, but if each one of us take a fraction of what he was able to do, a fraction of his energy, his passion, his intelligence, and we come together, the movement that he wanted to achieve is totally doable, guys. Join a Turning Point chapter. If your school has one, get involved. If it doesn't, start one. Bring 5 friends, build more. That's how we win. Become unafraid. And if you're in this room, you've already taken those steps. You've done that. But you need to open the door for others. You need to make it okay for them to take that step. Get out there. Do it on college campuses, in classrooms, in conversations. Don't ever, ever give up. We have to stay involved. We have to stay in the game. Midterms are coming around the corner, and make no mistake, the Democrat Party wants to do whatever they possibly can to shut this movement down. Not just the Democrats, the rhinos. You see the manufactured attacks on JD, myself, my father, anyone who understands that this isn't the Republican Party anymore. It's the America First Party. It's the Make America Great Again Party. And we are not going back. The same I love it, guys. By the way, if someone wasn't chanting USA next to you, you know they're a Democrat plant, right? Because they just can't do it. It's like pouring holy water on a vampire. This presidency, guys, didn't happen by accident. There's been a long undercurrent of Americans being felt left behind. You saw it. It's been going crazy in the last this week alone on social media when you're hearing about all the people, especially young white men who for a generation were left behind by DEI. They were told, well, you know, you don't check a couple of boxes, so you may be better, you may be smarter, but you're not getting into that college. You're not getting that job. You're certainly not getting a promotion. But you better damn well realize that you're still privileged despite being discriminated against. It's funny, but it's actually happening. And that's why everyone has to engage. Everyone can't sit out the midterm process, or this becomes a 2-year presidency, not a 4-year presidency. We have, for the first time, we have a bench of great people who can continue the movement that my father started, that can fill the void that he recognized in hardworking Americans, that Charlie so aptly understood and promoted. But you guys are it. Speak boldly, organize relentlessly, stay in the game at all costs. Again, you guys are the biggest beneficiaries of this movement. But if you don't do that, you're also the people that are going to suffer hardest and longest if the radicals get what they want. You have to be a part of it. You have to continue that legacy. If you want to save America, if you want America to continue the way we all want to and the way we love, you get to work. I wanted to call in a little guest. He may not be here today, but I wanted to make sure he had a chance to say hi. Mr. President? Can you guys hear?
I want to be with you, but I'll be with you soon. And I just want to say that nobody did more for me than Charlie, and there's nobody better than Erica. And you are the greatest people on earth. We won in a landslide, and we're going to continue to do it. And I just want to thank everybody. You got out there, and they voted, and they pressed doorbells. And I just want to thank you all, and I hope my son's doing a good job representing me. Otherwise, I'll have to say, you're fired, Don. You're fired. So thank you very much, and have a great day. And I hope Don makes a great speech. If he doesn't make a great speech, let me know about it. I'll give him hell.
Well, Dad, there's literally...
Everybody, Don, go have a good time. And say hello to Erica. Go have a good time, everybody.
Well, there's 30,000 young patriots in this room. The movement continues. They're looking forward to supporting you and everything that you, Charlie, and really everyone that's part of this movement stands for. So thanks, Dad. We appreciate it. We love you. We'll speak to you soon.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much, everybody. We love you. Have a great Christmas.
Thanks, Dad. We love you. I'm not good at much, guys, but I can call in the big guns sometimes, right? It's always nice when he actually picks up the phone. It's a lot more awkward when you're in front of 30,000 people and it goes to voicemail, right? So it's like, at least we still got that. But thank you guys for everything. Thanks for the sacrifices that you've made. Few people outside of Charlie, Erica, and his incredible family understand the sacrifice that it means to take on that machine. I get it, guys. I understand what they will try to do. I understand that there is no limit to how far they will go. We have all witnessed it. We have all seen it. But understand, the only thing worse than that is the consequence of our apathy if we sit it out, if we don't get out there, if we don't do everything in our power to do that. So get out there, get unafraid, and in the words of your favorite president, fight, fight, fight. Thank you, AmFest. Thank you, America. I love you guys. Merry Christmas.